The walls are built from gigantic granite blocks, fitted together with such precision that not even a sheet of paper can slide between them.
This is Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Incas, which continues to pose more questions than answers to researchers.
These structures have withstood countless earthquakes and torrential rains. Today, we will try to... The history of Machu Picchu began approximately 550 years ago. The Incas had no books or blueprints. They didn't record their knowledge in text, yet they understood. To prevent the city from sliding down during heavy rains, the builders laid a complex system of underground channels and layered sand and gravel beneath the structures.
Thanks to this ingenious method, Machu Picchu stands firm today. Despite thousands of powerful storms,
dry wooden wedges were hammered into cracks and then soaked with water. The wood swelled, slowly splitting the hard stone. However, how these stones were then processed and transported to the construction site remains a mystery to this day. This allowed the stones to interlock like puzzle pieces. If an earthquake struck, such masonry wouldn't crumble. This seems almost impossible, as the city is located just 100 kilometers from Cusco, the former capital of the Inca Empire.
The region's appearance changed drastically. However, Machu Picchu seemed to dissolve into the clouds.
No soldier in heavy armor could penetrate the vertical cliffs and wild forests that concealed the path to the city.
Time passed, and even local residents began to forget about the stone structures high in the mountains.
After all these years, we actually found it.
Trees and lianas entwined the houses, growing through windows and doorways. Yet, the quality of the masonry was so perfect.
What first struck the researcher was the complete absence of any European presence. There were no Catholic crosses. This confirms it. The remains belong to ancient indigenous Peruvian women.
Look at the precision of these cuts. It's magnificent.
And it extends all the way to the ridge.
Bingham took thousands of items to the United States, including gold jewelry, ceramics, and bones, promising to return them in 18 months.
The precision of these cuts. How is this possible without basic tools?
It defies explanation.
When you stand on the main plaza of Machu Picchu and look at the surrounding walls, only one thought comes to mind.
Their entire toolkit consisted of hard stones, bronze chisels, and wooden implements. Nevertheless, they worked with
This was a brilliant logistical solution, as hauling such massive blocks from the river valley would have been
A stone was placed next to its neighbor, checked for any gaps, removed, and polished again until the joint was perfect. The answer lies in the high seismic activity of the Andes. An ordinary brick wall with mortar would crack and crumble during a strong earthquake.
Over 500 years, numerous earthquakes occurred here, destroying more modern buildings below, but the citadel on the peak remained practically intact.
The transportation of huge monoliths, some weighing over 20 tons, remains a subject of heated debate. The Incas did not have the wheel.
Heave ho! Heave ho! Push it up the ramp! Harder now! Heave!
Scientists discovered strange protrusions, which most likely served as pivot points for levers, helping workers precisely guide the block to its rightful place.
After the stone was installed, these protrusions were often chipped away, making the wall.
They used so-called hammer stones, made of harder rocks, with which they literally chipped away pieces of granite, shaping them. But the result exceeded all expectations. The Incas created an architectural style that looks modern even today.
It seems as if the city was not built on the peak, but literally grew out of it.
This is not a builder's mistake, but another trick to increase the building's stability. The Incas understood the laws of physics on an intuitive level. Machu Picchu is not just a collection of beautiful buildings, but a true engineering masterpiece that functions as a single living organism.
The Incas solved this problem by creating artificial flat platforms. Each terrace is a layered.
This soil was brought by female Middle Eastern workers in sacks from the river valley. Such a terrace system served several purposes at once.
Scientists have calculated that the area of these heavenly gardens was sufficient to feed the entire city population, which numbered around 700 to 800 people.
However, the biggest problem for any mountain city is water. Machu Picchu has no wells or large.
The slope is perfect. The water temple will never run dry.
Truly a marvel of engineering, Chief.
Velocity here must be precise. We calculated the capacity with only a 2% margin. Understood. The flow rate is optimal for the first basin.
Cleanliness and hygiene were paramount for the Incas. The entire water supply system was separated from the drainage channels, which carried dirty rainwater. That's why under every plaza and under every large building in Machu Picchu, hidden layers of gravel and sand were placed. It was then directed through underground drains beyond the walls. Today's architects admit that replicating such work without modern pumps and plastic pipe.
All right, push now, all together. Use the rope. It's almost in place, just a little more.
Every element of Machu Picchu, from the drainage channel to the massive retaining wall, testifies to the ancient builder's knowledge.
Knowledge that we are only just beginning to comprehend.
To understand who its inhabitants were, one must look at the city's structure itself. It is clearly divided into two parts.
He would receive important guests and conduct religious rites. Machu Picchu could simultaneously accommodate from 500 to 1,000 people.
This proves that the Incas were outstanding astronomers. They didn't just build houses, they created a
The Incas believed that the spirits of their ancestors continued to invisibly reside in the city and assist the living with.
Citizens of this great state, we stand today in this sacred plaza to deliberate the future of our republic. The gods themselves listen to our decrees.
Behold the divine tranquility granted by the sun. Your service ensures our grandeur.
This stone is carved directly from the Machu.
Many modern visitors claim to feel warmth emanating from it, even on cloudy days.
The residential houses were simple but functional. They lacked furniture as we understand it. Each residential block featured ventilation and water drainage. Each district had its workshops where clothing from alpacas, where every inhabitant knew their place and their task in the common cause of the empire's prosperity.
The city was not destroyed by enemies or burned. No traces of a made battle were found in its streets. Scientists still debate what exactly caused people to abandon this architectural paradise. The most logical version is linked to the arrival of the Spanish, diseases to which the Incas had no immunity. The smallpox epidemic likely became the decisive factor in the reduction of the city's population. This war split the empire shortly before the arrival of the invaders. When central authority in Cusco fell, it became impossible. This was done so that no one could track them or desecrate the sanctuary. Machu Picchu became a ghost, sleeping on the mountaintop.
Today, Machu Picchu is recognized as one of the new wonders of the world, but it continues to present researchers with new mysteries.
Every year, thousands of tourists climb the ancient paths to see these walls with their own eyes. But this one thing is clear. This place was created by people who felt a deep connection with nature and knew how to direct its power in the right direction.
In Fortures. The story of Machu Picchu teaches us that the greatness of a civilization is measured not only by its wealth.
Looking at these perfectly fitted granite.
Even if the masters only had simple stones and faith in their gods, they were able to build a city that will stand forever.
If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about the incredible ancient structures that baffle modern science, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Your subscription will help us continue these searches. Click the bell to not miss our next investigation, where we will journey to even more ancient and strange ruins.
Heave! Pull together. Easy now, settle it down. Easy now, settle it down.
These structures have withstood countless earthquakes and torrential rains. Today, we will try to uncover the secrets hidden high in the Andes. Skilled artisans meticulously raise the walls of this sacred sanctuary, block by heavy block. They understood construction better than many modern engineers. The most astonishing secret lies to prevent the city from sliding down during heavy rains. The builders laid a complex system of underground channels and layered sand and gravel beneath the structures. Thanks to this ingenious method, Machu Picchu stands firm today, despite thousands of powerful storms that have passed.
However, how these stones were then processed and transported construction site.
This allowed the stones to interlock like puzzle pieces. If an earthquake struck, such masonry wouldn't crumble, it would vibrate slightly, after which the stone centuries. This seems almost impossible, as the city is located just 100 kilometers from Cusco, the former capital of the Inca Empire. The region's appearance changed drastically. However, Machu Picchu seemed to dissolve into the clouds. Moments. No soldier in heavy armor could penetrate the vertical cliffs and wild forests that concealed the path to the city. The boy knew the way because his family lived nearby and used the ancient terraces for planting vegetables.
I can't believe it! They're actually real!
It's magnificent.
Trees and lianas entwined the houses, growing through windows and doorways. Yet the quality of the masonry was so...
Bingham wrote in his diary that he couldn't believe his eyes. In this forgotten place, on the edge of an abyss, stood the finest examples of stone architecture he had ever seen. What first struck the East Asian male researcher was the complete absence of any European presence. There were...
This led to the first false theory that the city was a sanctuary for sun maidens. After photographs were published in national...
These questions began to plague scientists immediately after the discovery. The more researchers cleared the area of jungle, the...
Machu Picchu was not a defensive fortress. It was something more complex, a place where Earth met. However, this process dragged on for a century, and only in recent years have the treasures of Machu Picchu begun to return to their homeland in Peru.
They managed this level of detail without basic iron tools.
The mystery deepens with every layer we uncover. This changes everything we thought we knew.
When you stand on the main plaza of Machu Picchu and look at the surrounding walls, only one thought comes to mind: